October 2025, Game 1 of the World Series, Toronto Blue Jays, first time in 32 years. Biggest baseball game of my life. There was no better time to wear these shoes than this moment. Toronto Air Max 95s are my Grails. They've been in a box for over a year. I was waiting for the perfect moment, whether it was a Toronto World Series, a Toronto Stanley Cup, a Toronto MLS Cup, or another NBA championship. But October 2025, the Toronto Blue Jays made the World Series. Before we even look at the shoes, look at the box. The box, Nike didn't just make a Toronto shoe, they told Toronto's story. Leave a like down below if you're from Toronto. Look at the details. You got a Ute eating a beef patty. That's a Toronto staple. Canon event. Still get beef patties. I've been getting them from time. You go into any corner store, the Ock remembers you from when you're a little Ute to when you're grown. And even to this day, if I want a sour key or beef patty, I can just go in. They're really members of the community. You got a Caribana masquerader, always bringing that energy in the summertime. Caribana, right down by the lake. Oxtail, jerk chicken, soca, dance hall, give me all of it. This box alone celebrates Toronto's multiculturalism. Nike put a Toronto icon, a landmark on the top of the lid. To me, this is not even just cardboard anymore. It's an art piece. From the marble finish to having art wearing the Nike kicks, this box is special. Before I even begin to pull the shoes out, check this out. On the front, you got the Goddess of Victory wearing the Air Max shoes. Icon, queen, and it says rep with every step. And you already know in Toronto, we're always repping, we're always stepping.
This card actually brings me back to this moment at a Nike activation here in the summer. I had all the hopes and dreams of winning my Grails for free, but unfortunately, I picked the wrong box. Nike only had a select few pairs in these boxes. I waited in line for 3 hours just to have a chance. It didn't pay off, but it was still a great activation and great experience.
And on the back, it almost brings a tear to my eye. Shoe of the city, city of the world. We're always constantly showing out to the world. If you come here, you'll find a piece of home. It truly is the shoe of the city, city of the world. That line gave me chills. Shout out to the Toronto artist Moya, who was able to turn the shoebox from a blank canvas to a work of art. When you have a local artist like this telling a local story, from Caribana to beef patties, it just hits different. It's almost like fully connected to home. Now for the shoes, for the Grails themselves. We have a sense of pride being where we're from. A Torontonian, born and raised. Shout out Old Toronto. Being from Toronto, we grew up on Nike. My first shoe was an Air Force, so Air Forces were everything. Air Forces being the staple, Air Max 97s and 95s, and even throwing Jordans in there. Nike was and still will be on everyone's feet. So to see Nike paying homage to the city is truly special. The upper is reflective and it reminds me of the city when it lights up in the nighttime.
I love how the colorway matches the city's flag. I think it's mad valid.
See this gray stripe? That represents Yonge Street. It splits the city down the middle, West End and East End. Shout out the West End. And that brings me to the tongue of these shoes. Underneath the patches, it says West End and East End. I'm from the West End, so seeing my ends represented on a shoe, you just know I had to call. I've been showing my ends mad love, but it's bigger than that. It's about the whole city. It's about the all six boroughs. Shout out Scarborough, shout out Etobicoke, shout out North York, East York, York, and my favorite, obviously, Old Toronto. Let me know what borough you rep in the comments. If you're from any of those boroughs, this shoe represents us, this shoe represents you. But check the insole. Toronto, we say valid when something's cool, fresh, fire. And honestly, I think these are mad valid. I think the 3M laces just bring everything together. It kind of encompasses me as a Torontonian, as a West Ender. You always gotta look fly. You gotta always come to the motive looking proper, looking valid. So we like to be extra. We like to pop out. We like to be the one who shows at the function. I love the 3M. It's just a little bit of extra that a Torontonian is and likes to be. So these sat in the box for a whole year. From September 2024 all the way till October 2025. We're talking through brick, snow, spring, beautiful summers. But I wasn't just gonna let any moment have this moment. They stayed on ice. The Mandem would always ask me, when are you gonna bring up those 95s? Dio, when are you gonna wear those 95s? They're so fire. I said, when the right moment comes. October 2025, the Jays beat the Yankees. I hate the Yankees. You'll never catch me in a Yankees fitted ever, or a Boston one, or a Dodgers one for that matter. ALCS champs, AL East champs, American League champs. Got the pennant. The Jays are going to the World Series, first time since '93. The wait is over. This is the moment. Game 1, put on my white jersey just like this. I was a little worried to wear these, I'm not gonna lie. Beer on the floor, popcorn, Twizzlers, Cracker Jack. They honestly held up pretty nice. They handled it, and honestly, for that moment, the electricity in that building was crazy. From Addison Barger's Grand Slam to how much we beat them, it was insane. If you're a hardcore Toronto sports fan like I am, you're really repping with every step. From my favorite teams that wear red, Toronto FC and Toronto Raptors, to the Toronto Blue Jays and the Toronto Maple Leafs wearing blue. Even seeing the purple and the gradient just brings back memories of watching the Toronto Raptors in that purple colorway. Vince Carter, arm through the hoop, dunk contest. It's over, ladies and gentlemen. And honestly, I think that's how I would have felt cooking up these shoes at the Nike headquarters. Comment down below what you think on these shoes. I love how the blue sole transitions into the red. It's just another touch that I love.
Now here's the on-feet look. I think they look amazing. They go with many outfits. I went true to size, 10.5. It fit me perfectly. If you have a wide foot, I suggest maybe half a size up just so you don't deal with any uncomfort. As for break-in period, I didn't feel any pain and I was jumping, screaming, cheering, everything you could think of.
Like, you could have just slapped Toronto on the side of these and called it a day, but they honestly outdid themselves. They understood the assignment, the amount of details that are on this shoe, the amount of pride I have as a Torontonian, the lovely CN Tower on the back. I can't say how much I love these shoes. Nike really made a love letter to the city, and these are forever my Grails, and I'm so glad I got to attach them to the memory of the World Series.